Hello everybody. We are back in Mindustry, and honestly, it feels good to get back into this game. It honestly is very fun. Even if it gives me challenges and stuff like that, I still really enjoy it. So, we are getting back into the game since last week. We're gonna get back into the campaign, and we were currently at Humid Coastline. And we had been getting some things set up. I believe what we were working on now is we were going to get more things built up in terms of defenses, and we were going to work our way on getting a couple things set up in terms of the resources. So I believe what I had been doing is I was getting some things set up, and then we were going to try and make more phase, I think. More phase fabric, I think. The trick with phase fabric is that it requires a lot of sand and other stuff. So, for how everything was set up, we also just need to get more stuff in here to kind of make defenses. I think we were going to start making some cryo if we could. That was going to be separate from this cryo, in a way that we could work it into... I guess that was the other thing that we were going to do. We were going to take this water, we were also going to feed it into all the systems here, so everything fires faster. Yeah, if we get the cryo going. So let's see. We have some cryo fluid here. Now, normally, I would try and reuse some of the stuff that is already here, but I don't think we're going to have a good option for that, so we probably won't. We do need to get some more defenses in place because this has been going okay for the boats that have been showing up, the ships and stuff. But what I'm worried about is the stuff that's going to be coming along here land-wise, and we have some decent anti-air, but it's not amazing. It's not the perfect setup. So we have some options here. I guess what the first thing I can do is I can go ahead and make some mechanical pumps that'll work on these machines. If I have those there, then those are actually pumping water, actively getting water pumped. They're each having their own one, essentially, so we're not trying to burden extra on there. A little water into that. That's right, I was having the mass drivers shoot stuff into there. That's right. Okay. So if I wanted to get some phase fabric working, I need to have a big push of sand and thorium. I do have thorium, and the sand is plentiful, so we can do that. It's not the best option, though. But I don't think we're... Maybe... yeah, we are going to need to have more. I've got the plastinium going through, that's right. So, yeah, let's see. I think everything's good except for the base fabric. So, I think what we're going to need to do is we have a lot of sand coming through. And we could have the sand moving in more or less any location. Getting the thorium over here is going to be a little bit of a trick, but I think we can make that work. If we do... Because what I'm thinking we can do is that if we move a... We could do another mass drive. We could do more mass drivers, which not a bad idea. I think you have to do. We're gonna have to do a specific setup. I think. How can we make that work? The trick is that I actually have to have distinctive setups for this. The mass drivers are great for moving straight one unit around or moving everything back to everything back to the base. But by themselves, not that great. It would be better if the phase was actually like here or something. So it's close. Let's go ahead and do a flip like that. It's going to be a lot of sand we got to work through. The other thing is that we need to get more stuff in. I think I was going to want to get cryo because then cryo could help me burst down enemies because I'm using blast a majority of the time. I think that was why. What was our power kind of looking at? I think our power's okay. $3K or something like that. So not the worst. The longest range I have. Well, I guess I could make cryo in this space. It's a big open area. It's close to stuff though. That's my concern. It's also next to everything that could benefit from it. I do have a default cryo here that I could do. It still needs the titanium. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the titanium is getting fed into the plastanium to make that. Yeah, that is a trick. And then, of course, look at the water extractor. There's no affinities here. Okay, so. Okay, so we got our sand put up there. It's separated. The armored conveyors got that separated. Let's go ahead and get rid of those. It's not benefiting me a whole lot, and it's just another thing out there that can kind of be a nuisance. Let's see. If we make another overlap here, I don't think this will ever really cause an issue. But it might. Let's see. If I do a bridge there, that can get me across over to here. That works out quite nicely. You turn that around. Oh, that. Okay, we're gonna do an overflow. Grabs here, straight down. That then goes right through here and right in. Okay. Now the sand actually would be a better spot if it was in a different location. Let's go ahead and remove those actually. Let's move the sand to be over here, and then we also need to do a set up here. Connect like that. Hello, Zach. Let's see. We do here. And that can grab that, and that. We disconnect from there. And we just have something connected. So we need to have another small. Yeah, it's in that one little spot. It's not exactly the best location. That works. Okay, so what we can do is we can take the sand that's not being used for this, making it flow up here, and that all can flow into this setup. So we need to have a router here. It's all going to flow into that from directions. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and move it over so we have some room. We need to do a overflow here. Got that backwards. There we go, getting some face fabric. Okay. Well, I guess we can keep that going. It just will make new stuff if anything gets destroyed. So, okay. Now, the problem I think I have is that as of right now, the wave can only go about that far. Not great. I could get a little further, but it's nothing can really aim there. What I really need is the Tsunami, but I don't have that. So, we'll have to make do without. I think I need to do also as well is put a thing of a segment somewhere so we can kind of shoot missiles, shoot missiles out of the air more or less. Okay, we're doing good. Doing good. And I'm thinking maybe I should put a vault there and have it taken out of the vault so we have a surplus. Right now it's only coming out of the mass driver, and that's not enough. I make a vault. Since that's my main line of defense, it's going to be pretty important that that stays good. We'll go ahead and do that. We need unloaders. One there, one there. Blast compound specifically. Now it's filling up and becoming a magazine. It's ammo deep. There we go. Things are running like clockwork. I'm happy to see it. How you doing, Zach? How's your week been so far? Going pretty good. I keep applying to jobs, keep getting rejections, so that hasn't changed. Good to know that I'm defeating anything that kind of comes at me that wants to shoot me. Yeah, unfortunately, the plastanium is not doing great. Really should work on that. Yeah, unfortunately. And I've kind of come to accept it. It's just like every day that goes past, every week that goes past, it's like I'm becoming more and more irrelevant in some ways. Thankfully, I have enough savings that I could last a while, but it's like, at some point, I do have to have work. Or a sugar mama. But with my luck, that's not going to happen. I think we need to get oil production up, so let's see. We need to have the water flowing in and sand flowing. I'm glad that you found something, though. It's good. Are you able to have the 4th of July off, or is that or is it a little too close for since you're hiring? So you get sand and water. Was there something else I need to do? Sand, water, and power. That's right. And the oil gets me. So this is kind of not doing it. We need to get a better setup. I think I discovered that if I do... Yeah, this isn't going to work. Let's go ahead and rework this. Take care of the spores. Remove that. Remove that as well. Let's get... Let's see. Oh, oh no, never mind. Let me think here. If I get the extractor, and I do 2, 3, 4. Blah, blah, blah. Fair. So it was kind of a hit the jackpot kind of moment, huh? Okay, so I do 4. I believe I did 4 on the previous area, and that was enough to run this factory. So we just need to get the water pumping, get the power out here, all that jazz. Okay, and then if I get more of the sand, we get the water. Slowly getting that water built up. Oh, that was incorrect for me to do that. Whoops. When it opened, yeah. I fed water through that. That's where the oil goes. So now there's a bunch of water in the system. We'll do this instead. That's where it was. Don't do that. Do that. Don't make that. Don't make that. Don't make that. Okay. Then need to do a router. Getting that back in there. Make our oil, and we'll do it this way instead. Bit off by 1. Yeah, that should work. 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's made fresh. We're going to go ahead and change that out to a plated. The water doesn't go anywhere. We need pipe going along here, feed into here, like that. Get the water in. We need to get the sand going now. Let's see. Need a pipe. There we go. Now it's going to be good, being a little bit more effective. Because we're using up a lot more power, we're now going to fit another reactor in to handle the influx. Let's see. Can we fit this in anywhere? We might not. My. Okay, we actually need to do a router then. Liquid router. Have a bridge. That's a junction, not a router. Router. There we go. Okay. The thorium needs to get over here now. How to best do that? Let's do an overflow. It goes into a phase conveyor. And another one. It does not have power. Okay, so we do have enough space there that we can do that. Do that. Okay. And then we feed the... Oh, and do you want? We can change a couple things. We can change it to then the cryo fluid actually goes through another bridge. That. Looks like it's working. Okay, like this. Feed into the routers. Okay, and we're getting more power in again. Good. It worked. Sloppy. Not as stacked as I would like it, but still viable. Still very, very viable. Let's see. Okay. Good. Got a little bit more there. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And put it here. Well... yeah, that will have to do. We're not going to get that. Build some extra specters. Just so we have a way of shooting those things down. If you zoom in closer, the whole screen shakes when the when the mass drivers go off. It's actually kind of funny. Oh, I was going to do something with this mass driver, I think. What was it? Oh, that's right. It fires the blast over here. That's what it does. This is part of the blast. This is part of the blast compound chain that I've gone. That makes sense. They get close and they just go kablooey. I think I need to split this up. Get more of the sand going. Through two lines, essentially. Okay, good. What next? What do we make? Force projector. We could start... Yeah, we paid for the units. An overdrive projector. Increases the speed of nearby buildings. Optionally uses phase fabric to boost range and efficiency. Does not stack. Interesting. Okay. So we can have a force projector. All right. You see you later, good sir. Does the overdrive projector use anything or just power? You can increase the... okay. With the phase fabric. Interesting. Okay. Okay, and then we can fill it with coolant. Water or cryo? Cryo fluid is probably our best option. Hmm. Yeah, so we can go ahead and do just a basic cryo here that can feed that force projector. And feed right from the base, I think. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and pull out a unloader here. It'll be a titanium unloader. Right on it. We're building up that cryo. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do a plated. There we go. Awesome. So essentially, we're just getting as much titanium back into the system as we're taking out of it to feed stuff. So good. Love to see it. Looks to me like we can actually remove that laser drill. Doing good as is. Very good. I love to see it. Love to see some good production going. I really like that. That's cool. I love the segments. Let's see, where did I put my batteries? Ah, here we are. I'm gonna get some extra battery reserved. Those ones have... Are they on fire? I can't tell. They almost look like they've been damaged or something, which doesn't make any sense. Nice big nasties. Let's not do that. Guardian appears in 2 waves, and it's going to be a boat of some sort. I think we're ready to go. Let's get this one done. Why don't they have no ammo? Why? Huh? Oh! Because that no longer... I see the problem. I see the problem. So you fire here. Right. You will fire over to here. There we go. Oh my gosh, what is that thing? It's like some crazy Leviathan. Whoever it is, it's dead. Whoa! What the heck was that? Wow. I didn't know. Okay, that's cool. That was cool. Slightly terrifying, but cool. Okay, so if I need to actually send things off, I need to kind of split the mass drivers, because it was only shooting over to the next area, so it was essentially creating multiple point destination. So I needed to stop at some place and then go off to another place. I needed to do 2 mass drivers. One that will actually receive, and then if it splits from there, it'll go off. Okay. I got you. We're not quite done. There we go. Thank you. Yay! We win! Not bad. That level was actually pretty good. I like that. Okay, did we get something new? Aha! Surge Smelter! Copper into Surge Alloy. Surge Alloy is the last material we unlock, I think. And that creates a whole bunch of things, so... Okay, so looking at this block. Surge Smelter uses titanium, lead, silicon, and copper into Surge Alloy. Okay, cool. Okay. So, this thing's going to be a little bit of a booger. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just quickly change up some of the stuff. So we have the Surge Alloy and the Surge Smelter. That goes there. Surge Alloy. We go all the way up. This is very much just organizing things to suit the needs that I the needs that I have. So that's the liquids. Okay, that was the last one. So copper, titanium, lead, and silicon. Yikes, expensive stuff. Lead, there's thorium. There's a big thing of titanium here. Let's go ahead and work on making some stuff up here then. Since we have a nice big set of things here, plus some easy power that we can make from the thermal generation. Okay, so let's see. How much do we have there? A bunch, actually. Okay. So I grab this surge here. Hmm. Now, how much do each of these take? Okay. So, a fair amount. So, no joke. Lots of stuff. They're all powered. Okay. Okay, and we still need the silicon. Well, we can do a couple things that way, I think. Let me think here. Okay, this is going to be weird, but we're going to do a big long chain of stuff. Okay, we need to use a... I'm gonna go ahead and grab some thorium. And go boop. Because now they're started. Okay, so I'm thinking, with how this goes, we're going to basically do 2 loops. We need to send silicon, and thorium needs to kind of go in a loop with this. You are going to shoot up to this guy. Maybe I'm thinking about this a little too hard. I think I'm thinking about it a little too hard. Let's not do that. I'm going to break that down. Give me a minute. Okay. So we have another factory, the silicon crucible up here. We can fill that with the coal, the lead, the sand, all of that, and send it back this way. Okay, we need to get sand, and we need to get coal, I believe. Yes. Okay, let's get some water pumps going. It's faster, make this better. Okay. We're getting silicon. There we go. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-do. Do, 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 do. Okay, we got Surge Alloy. Ooh. Now, because how important this is, we're going to do two things. We need to feed this and some of this thorium through. The thorium is going to treat as fuel and power to the rail system, to the driver system. So, we're going to have the gun start. Let's go ahead. We have mass drivers. Okay. Zoom out a little further so I can see where I'm going, actually. All right. There. There. And build there. 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 Now, the trick we need to do with this is that we're going to be pulling so we're shooting both thorium and surge alloy through. Let me go ahead. I need to do this instead. Power node. Okay. This is all going to rush back to here. Okay. So, we now need to build the power. It's going to be the RTGs. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. I hope it does. But it might not. So that's the concern. You fire to that one. You fire to that one. And you fire to that one. Not close enough, maybe. Though, yeah, it's going to be a question if it actually will pass the thorium along to the generator or not. So that one's like one block off or something like that. Good, that will work. Yeah, it doesn't look like that actually worked. Large panel seems to work fine, though. It's honestly really cool. Oh, sweet. I love it. So, a large solar panel is enough to get a... It's enough to get them to work. Then another 5 small ones. Hyperprocessors going. Surge Tower, a long-range power node with fewer available connections. Ooh, what's the range on it? 40 blocks. Wow. Okay. Cool. We also gain a new thing, the Impact Reactor. Creates massive amounts of power at peak efficiency. It requires a significant power input to kickstart the process. Oh, it uses blast compound. Interesting. Hey, there's that meltdown. Charges and fires a persistent laser beam at nearby enemies. Requires coolant to operate. Wow, holy cow. Pierce Incendiary? Yowza. And it needs, gosh, it needs 1,020 power units a second on its own. Holy cow. Oh, I see the problem there. Hang on. Stop doing that. There we go. Crank out that titanium. Let me see. If I go to power, do overdrive, and make those work harder. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, that's what happened. Whoops. Boom, 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 boom. Hmm. I don't think this is working either. I think we do need to fix that setup there. Bum, 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 bum. Here, I think we just have to set up a secondary. We have to set up another path next to the ones before that actually has the power, and it just gets and the thorium just gets handled that way, essentially. Or even better, I just get the search tower. So we can have two connections. Huh, interesting. So it really is just meant to connect, to make a big long line, essentially. Hmm. Okay. Maybe if I do that, it will be this. So when it says this, increase the speed of nearby buildings. Optionally uses... Okay. So... Yeah, it actually is working. Good to know. Ah. Is it like actually nighttime? Huh. Kind of odd, honestly. Boom, boom, ba-ba-doo. Bum, ba-ba-ba-da-doo. Okay. Phase wall protects structures from enemy projectiles, reflecting most bullets upon impact. Ooh. Then this one protects structures from releasing electrical arcs upon contact. Okay, so now our surge and phase stuff is available. Cool. Okay, so we went from the Ratusa, homing torpedoes at enemy targets, repairs allied units, to the Oxino, fire structure repairing streams of flame at enemy targets. Targets enemy projectiles with a point defense turret. And then we have the Circe, fires seeking cluster missiles at enemy targets, repairs allied units. Wow. Okay, so we also have the ability to make ourselves a new body, essentially. Or nucleus. I'm now the nucleus. So. Now, when we jump to a new area, how much can we take? 6,500. Okay. We're also running out of the thorium names. It's okay. Let's see. We did another mass driver. Oh, we can have more units now. Oh. Didn't even think about that. What we're gonna do, we're gonna make another mass driver. Hmm. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that because that's cutting into our power reserve. Let's move this. Let's make this a different spot. This will now fire to there. We'll do our overflow gate here. So once that's full, Yeah, the batteries are just getting drained. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, let's see. If I did a couple of more generators. Well, I think we need to get started on the next area. Okay, so let's see here. So this one's been done. It is now complete. Check that. Okay, so we got the testing grounds. Desolate Rift, which is extreme. We have Extraction Outpost, which is high. We have Overgrowth, which is high. We have Tainted Woods, which is high. And we do have the nuclear production complex. It's going to take some work. I think we took a look at Tainted Woods. And that was the one where we didn't have a lot in the way of... We could get lots of oil. But there wasn't really anything in the way of thorium. Capture Extraction Outpost. Let's do the testing grounds. Let's see what's here. Oh, I still don't have enough thorium. Oh, he's just out of range. Ah. That's annoying. Doo-doo-boo-doo. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, it's getting there. Okay, let's try this next area. This is called the testing grounds. And new content has been unlocked. Oh, the oil fields. Oh my gosh, look at look at everything here. My gosh. But these big long corridors. Intriguing. And they're going to show up in 2 areas. Okay. Okay. Very curious. Okay. Interesting. So we're gonna have to grab the center and put out the oil hits, I guess. Can we put out the oil? I'm hoping that we can. Also need to look at the core schematic here. I just got my gamma version. So now I can I can actually burn. Ooh, that's cool. Like that. Build speed, mining speed. I can mine coal now. I can mine scrap. Okay, we got big things of titanium. Okay, and these are vaults. I think that's salt. Boom, 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 boom. Interesting. Okay, well... quite a lot to do here. Unfortunately, it looks like whatever thorium is in the area, it's all kind of near the enemy. Which is not good. Okay. I put this thing, this little thing together once I got that going. So. Boo-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, so it looks like the best thing for this area is Surge Alloy for the... If I go back into here... Add wet, it'll add more damage. Gotcha. Which is what the tsunamis are for. Okay, so we got to get some more power going, because this is feeding the power for both of those, I believe. Yeah, I think the only thing we can do is drill water. There's no exposed water here, so we're gonna have to really work on that. Boop boop bum bum. Ooh, ooh. That's right, needs power. Forgot about that. Cool, we're getting oil. It's just taking a little longer than you think. Okay, that's possible. We can get a lot of oil out of that. That works great. There's lots of scrap that we can get done. titanium. Okay. So we need to put up defenses to cover some of our stuff. Let's see. How do we want to do this? There's a lot of different places where they can actually come and get us. Hmm. Okay, good. We got that one. We got that one put out. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Um. That was weird. Bum 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 bum. There we go. Just like I really should have done something else. I feel like I need to have the tsunami. The tsunami is very prevalent on this map. There's lots of things that can catch fire. As much as I don't want to do another enemy base one, I think I kind of have to. Looking at the maps that we have, so we have the nuclear production complex that had tsunamis on it. We have the Tainted Woods, which didn't have much in the way of thorium, meaning that I would need to get impact. I would need to make impact reactors, I think, to stay powered. I've done overgrowth. The extraction outpost will let us unlock the naval fortress. Let me go to our tech tree for a second. What have we got? Extraction outpost, so it's another conveyor. The production, this is our next drill, I think. Overgrowth, that's our next unit. Yeah, so I think we need to do extraction next. So we'll go ahead and rebuild our supplies back up, and we will jump into that next time. I have no coal going. Ooh. Hmm. Okay, good. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, it ran out of power suddenly. Oh, very odd. Very odd. Didn't know what was going on there. Actually, it looks really pretty having it do that, but it does that means that we can just have it catch more in the way of the materials. Okay. Going quite well, actually. Very quick. Do 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 do. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump over to Extraction Outpost. Go ahead and launch and see what we get. Interesting. All right. What have we got? Oh, kind of a... yes. Kind of a big deal. Okay. Looking at it, we're going to have to deal with... Ooh. Swarmers. All make them pyrite. But force projectors by the look of it. A lot of stuff. Okay, so I think we're going to be dealing with, we're going to be dealing with water units again. Wait. Always a problem with water units now, isn't it? Okay, so we do have some options. go ahead and get our mono and poly built. At least get those started. I think I had it written in here. Okay. Do they have any water units? Do they have, like, any factories going? I don't think they do. It doesn't look like it. It looks like the only water units we're going to deal with are the ones that they actually spawn. I don't see any other factories, though. So I think we don't have to worry about them. Launch pads. Oh, what are those? Just lots of units. Lots of water and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in with ground units and boats, probably. Okay. Yes, we're going to be defending about whatever units portal in, I think. I don't think we have to worry about any others. There is a quite deliberate spot right there that we can actually build a barrier across, so nothing water-related could get further in. So I think that's what we'll go off of. Let's see. Okay. So I haven't looked at these. So they have 2,400 health. Base deflect chance is 10. Okay. And these are 920. Okay. Move those over a little bit. Go. Oh, it showed that because I can't do it within that area. Right. Makes sense. I need to start getting some power going. Let's see. We need to put guns in here. What? That's not going to make nearly as much sense as if I just do this. Oh, we need a thing of titanium. There just happens to be nothing particularly close by, darn it. Oh, there's one up here. Quite a ways away, but viable. Hey. $23 points. Oh gosh. Okay, good. Got more power. Can actually get stuff done. Hmm. Fill up with water. Let's see. Oh, I keep forgetting. This doesn't need water. Not in the usual sense. So I really should have flipped that around. You see, and then I do driver right, right. Slightly too out of the way. Darn it. Whoop! Whoop, 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 whoop. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. So I had to put an offensive wall here. Something to destroy anything that comes along this way. Okay, so now we've got a good chunk of power. We can go ahead and fit batteries up in a top corner, somewhere where I'm not going to really touch them. Good question. Where do I put these batteries? One way or another, I think we'll figure that out tomorrow. Or spend enough time on this, and yeah, so we'll go ahead and get going with that next time. Well, it felt good to get one section done, and then not really get much else done. So, but well, no, let me come back and say that we actually got some research done. We've got new blocks and things like that, so that's not bad necessarily. But yeah, we will come back to this tomorrow and work on getting this sector beat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this series. If you do, on YouTube, go ahead and leave a like or subscribe or whatever. Give a follow, whatever needs to. That will also help. If you have comments or anything like that, you can always post it on the VODs on the YouTube channel, or you can come catch me in stream. I'm open to everything, chatting, talking, all that stuff. Do not have a Discord or anything like that, but that will be something we do in the future. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this. Friday. I'm not sure what the plans are for Friday, streaming-wise. I know I'm going to be busy part of the day. Family might be getting together or something, so we're just going to have to see. But yeah, so the weekend's going to be busy. I don't know about streaming Monday. I believe if we don't stream Monday, we will stream. We will be streaming the rest of the week, and it will be Maneater. So we'll be getting back. So it will be a whole new game for Shark Week. So if you want to come see something like that, by all means. But yeah, otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and end it here. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in a future stream. Until then, take care.